The plumbers becoming millionaires aren't necessarily the best plumbers. They're the best business owners and the best marketers. So something interesting that I've noticed really in the last few years is that more and more plumbers, HVAC contractors, electricians, and other tradesmen are becoming really wealthy. And no, it's not because they won the lottery. It's because they've discovered something that many people have, I think, overlooked for years. And that's that owning a business is often more valuable than simply working in a business or for somebody. For decades, society has pushed on us the 4-year college degree and getting a corporate job and the white picket fence and on down the line from there. But the skilled trades they are so important to our society. And if you think about it, it's like with a plumber, every home eventually needs plumbing work, right? Like the water heater fails, the pipes burst, the drains clog, bathrooms get remodeled. New homes are being built all the time. And especially where we live here in North Alabama, the demand is just not going away. Many communities across the country even are experiencing a shortage of qualified plumbers while demand continues to rise. So that real simple, supply and demand imbalance has created an incredible opportunity. And here's where things get really interesting is that something I've seen is like the plumbers becoming millionaires aren't necessarily the best plumbers. They're the best business owners and the best marketers. They've learned how to hire technicians and build systems and create processes. And most importantly, they're always generating a consistent flow of leads, because at the end of the day, even the best plumbing company in town doesn't grow if nobody knows they're there. And so while like a lot of business owners think that, marketing is making a few Facebook posts or whatever, we know that it's so much more than that. And, really before I get into it, I just want to tell you about our free digital marketing accelerator checklist that'll show you, what's working, what's not, and where you might be leaving money on the table. And, just as a real world example, when we started working with a client of ours, All Star Plumbing, who's actually the biggest plumber in the state of Alabama, that checklist helped provide us a roadmap for us to execute on to help them generate more leads and to help them acquire more talent as they continue to grow. So, marketing is about like having the right website and the right content. When somebody Googles plumbers near me, you want to show up. You got to collect those Google reviews and stay active on social media. Create videos that establish trust before someone ever picks up the phone to call you. Running the Facebook ads that are targeted to the right demographic in the right area. You want to make the phone ring more often, get more estimates scheduled, more jobs sold, and ultimately the goal is to grow revenue, right? To grow your business. And as revenue grows, the business owner gains options. Maybe they hire another technician, maybe they invest in better equipment, open a second location. Maybe they've stopped being the person that answers the phone at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night when they'd rather be hanging out with their family. And so the goal isn't just making more money for these men and women. The goal is really about creating freedom. And so it's been awesome to watch tradesmen go from working 70-hour weeks and worry about making payroll to building companies that support their families, their communities, and create real wealth. Suddenly they're able to take vacations and spend more time with their family and invest in the future and give generously and, God, probably sleep a little better at night. And that's what entrepreneurship, I think, is really about. It's not like the fancy cars or the fancy house or a social media status. It's about building something valuable that improves your life and the lives of people around you. And that last part is something incredibly important to remember. And the trades are just creating more and more opportunities for young folks than ever before. The business owners who combine technical skill with great leadership and great systems and great marketing are really positioning themselves to benefit the most. And I'd say the next generation of millionaires is not going to be sitting in a corner office. They're going to be driving a service truck, folks that you see every single day on the road. And I think that that's really exciting.